keep you and Russell's marriage so grounded? Like, you guys are like the epitome of what a Proverbs 31 woman and what how can I say a James is. Like, you guys are like perfect together. So how do y'all keep yourselves grounded?
Honestly, speaking of the verses, it always comes back to God and Jesus. We say Jesus at the center. And that's important for us because sometimes if you rely on man, like as in yourself to navigate through murky water, sometimes when the waves start to rock a little bit, it can get a little tricky. So for us, it's having Jesus at the center, and like I said earlier, it comes back to love. It's like when we talk about being equally yoked. Being equally yoked is really important, right? Because I think that eliminates a lot of the battles you could have when you're not, So having that place, or having that foundation is important for us. But it all comes back to love. It all comes back to, Jesus at the center and communication. Communication rules a nation. Sometimes it's hard to communicate, especially when you have disagreements. And we're really big on, finding ways to do it. Russ will be the bigger person sometimes. I'm so stubborn. I don't want to be the bigger person sometimes, but I gotta be.
Yeah.
Also, not going to bed mad. That is really important.
Y'all
Talks about that in
never
the Bible.
went to bed, man?
Maybe one time, honestly, out of all the years, and now this is our 10th year being together. But it's a rare sighting for that to happen in the Wilson household.
Yeah.
Like we don't go to bed mad. And I'm trying to think if that one time we woke up and figured it out. But we're really big on that. And I'll give it to Russ as a man. Like he will step up and like communicate. And it's a beautiful thing to see him do that. Because I know it's hard for y'all men folk to really do that too.
No, it depends. It depends. You're a real man. You're gonna figure it out.
You're gonna figure. Well, like even for me, I am stubborn. I'm a Scorpio. Like we said, we can be stubborn in our ways, like, and we proud. But it's like we gotta, humble ourselves. And just, like I say, it comes back to Jesus. Like the fact that we can pray together is so huge. The fact that we have that understanding and foundation is game changing. It's powerful, and we grow together spiritually, which is important too. Like that deepens the connection as well.
For sure.
How do you define being equally yoked? Cece.
So,
like some people may look at it as we have to be exactly the same, like twins. We got to make the same amount of money. We have to have the same strengths. But there's also a way to look at it as harmony, right?
Yeah, it's more so like for me, the spiritual foundation part of it. Right. We have a equal understanding and foundation and desire to grow spiritually, and our love for God, our love for Jesus. Like we have that as a base foundation, but also too in our aspirations and the things that we dream of and how we want to do them. Like it's parallel. Like we talked about how when we first started, dating and talking, we were talking about our dreams. We shared our dreams and our goals, and they were in alignment. So it's amazing because you fast forward to, I can get goosebumps thinking about it. We have our Why Not You Productions, company that's based, the Why Not You name is from our Why Not You Foundation, right? And he always loved helping kids, always would spend time at the children's hospitals. I always wanted to do it. And then I meet the love of my life. Our passions link up, and now we do it together through our Why Not You Foundation, right? Wow. We were able to launch our Why Not You children's book, together. We have a Why Not You charter school in Washington, and that was our first academy, and our goal is to create more. But again, doing it together. Our Why Not You centers, we always wanted to provide like little like centers and spaces for kids, and we kicked it off in Pittsburgh with our first Why Not You center with the Boys and Girls Club. I did another one. I launched our next one in Atlanta, which is the dance center, and now we're about to introduce 3 more Why Not You centers in the tri-state area.
Wow.
While we're living in New York. So it goes back to alignment, right? Like when you're aligned in mostly every area, to me, the only way is up, and it eliminates you having differences. Like think about it, right? If 2 people come together and one just loves red and one loves blue and are hardcore about the colors, right? There is just, it's going to be, you're going to always find, like, I'm not saying like colors, but you know what I'm trying to say, like the things that you, the way you see life, like principles, like
values.
If your values, if you have two different mindsets, doesn't mean either one person is wrong or the other person's right. It's just harder when you don't match in most areas in life. So thankfully, I met my match. Like, I met the person that if I look across him, he's the male version of me, and vice versa for him. Like, and that's just game changing.